Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Y'all know the vibes. Go ahead, kick back, relax, and take a ride with me, man. Let me do the other hand. Come take a ride with me. So we got some breaking news. Marina Mabrey, Connecticut Sun star guard, has demanded a trade. To be honest with y'all, if y'all been keeping up with everything that's going on, I don't think anybody is surprised about this move. I mean, the Connecticut Sun brought her in to compete for a championship. They gave it 1 year, half a season with Mabry, and blew up the whole damn roster, man. So what is next for Marina Mabrey? Well, we know that she demanded a trade. That's what we know off the rip, right? So the fact of the matter is, man, she wants to compete for a championship. So that's going to be the main thing. Where can she go to commit and win a championship? She left the Chicago Sky, went to the Connecticut Sun in hopes of winning a championship, and then from there got to a situation where she could potentially win a championship. And then after that, they blow up the team in Connecticut, and everybody kept saying how they felt bad for Mabry and how all this is just tragic, bro, because she had just got there and she joined what she thought was the Titanic, and then it turned into a damn sinking ship. So now, of course, she is demanding a trade, looking to take her talents elsewhere. I'll tell you what, people, there are a lot of teams that could use 14.4 points per game, 4.4 rebounds, 4.1 assists, 1.1 steals, shooting over 37% from the field. That is production, man. A lot of teams could use that type of boost in the backcourt, man. She comes in, she's a competitor, she's tenacious, she has her team's back. Like, she has never looked and like been called a bad teammate, man. So now we know that officially, we felt like this was going to happen anyways, but officially, now we know for sure Marina Mabrey is on the trade block, demanding to get out of the Connecticut Sun. What's up, everybody? CWEJ, welcome in. Jay talking Dallas, Indiana Fever. Let's go. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. And I want to hear from you guys too, man. I definitely want to hear from y'all. So we know what she's bringing to the table. There's a lot of teams that could use floor spacing. I'm seeing Dallas. Now, what's crazy is Chicago. I know there's a reunion. There's not a reunion likely, but Chicago desperately needs some shooting. Oh man, and she ended up bouncing out of there. Dallas, I could see. But does she want to come off the bench potentially? Pretty ugly. Welcome in. Does she want to come off the bench though, man? 'Cause there's no guarantee that she goes to Dallas and starts with Dejanay Carrington there as well as Enrique, and then we presume that they're going to draft Paige Beckers. Now, if you're talking about 6 women of the year, Mabry, 14 points coming off the bench, that definitely would be a big boost, man. Not only Dallas, Washington could use some backcourt help as well. They desperately need a primary scorer in the backcourt, to be honest with y'all, man, especially shooting. The Seattle Storm are in complete dismay, so she probably wouldn't want to go there, but they definitely could use her as well. Her and Scott Diggs would be a really nasty backcourt, in my opinion. So maybe that's somewhere that she looks. Also, what about the obvious, the Golden State Valkyries, man? I mean, they definitely are an upstart team that are trying to sell tickets. They're trying to establish their identity. Mabry could come in there and get all the shots she wants. She'd have the ultimate green light. Yes, VDS, she said she has officially demanded a trade. She is getting out of Connecticut in that damn sinking ship. Yes, pretty ugly. Welcome in. Guys, hit me in the chat. Like, what do y'all think the best situation, best scenario for her is? Indiana Fever, she wouldn't start for them, I don't think. But coming off the bench, I mean, you got Sophia Cunningham. If they do end up moving Lexi Hole, Marina Mabrey would be a great pick. They could, yeah. I mean, if you are the Fever, can you trade Katie Lou Samuelson? Can you trade Wallace and get Mabrey? I know for one, the Sun are definitely going to want some quality pieces back, but they're going to want draft capital too. So the Fever might have to come up off either the 19th or the 20th pick in the draft, depending on how much of the future they want to mortgage. They also have Sydney Colson, who just joined the squad as well. So the Fever's stacked in the backcourt, but Marina Mabrey, if they could find room, definitely, hey, add her to the fold, man. The Aces definitely could be a contender for this as well. Maybe the New York Liberty, if they can clear up some cap space. Like, there are contenders. You got to think she is wanting to win a championship. And I think Washington, depending on what they do with Atlanta Del Don, I like Sykes, I like Shakira Austin. They have a solid group. Mabry would be an instant impact player for them in the backcourt. And I think, I've seen in mock drafts them getting Cheyenne Sellers out of Maryland. So that backcourt with Mabry as well as Sellers could be dynamic, especially for the Washington Mystics. Top done, my guy, my guy. Welcome in, welcome in. Guys, holler at me in the chat. Let me know, man, what are the best potential landing spots for Marina Mabrey after she demands this trade? What we know what her value is. We know what she's bringing to the table. She's a three-point shooting threat, instant offense, not a liability on defense. She's a competitor. She's a veteran who is really, in my opinion, gotten better every single year. Y'all let me know, though. Talk to me in the comments. This is breaking news. In case you haven't heard, this is breaking news. Marina Mabrey is trying to get up out of Connecticut. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Y'all see what she's bringing to the table. And a lot of teams could use that floor spacing, shooting over 37% from the field. I don't think that there's a team that she wouldn't fit. I'm gonna just say that. I absolutely think that she could come in and be an impact player wherever she is. But there are some teams that need her services more. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, honestly, the Sky desperately need Marina Mabrey. They've had, honestly, kind of a somewhat they let Kennedy Carter walk. Like, they've had kind of a tragic offseason. Is there interest from Mabry? People were speculating like, oh, it was Angel Reese and her beefing, but we saw in Arrival like they definitely get along just fine. So this is another big WNBA free agent domino that could fall though for sure. She's a type of player that can definitely impact like take if you're a team that's borderline championship contender and you're looking to get that extra push to get over the hump, Marina Mabrey is that type of player. Marina Mabrey is that type of player. She's definitely a player that can absolutely tip the scales. Feel sorry for JP. Welcome in YouTube. Bro, the crazy thing is, like, I've been seeing multiple comments about back to Chicago. A Chicago Sky reunion like that would fit both needs, but the Chicago Sky are not a championship level contender team, man. Like, what do y'all feel about Seattle? Like, her going to team up with them. You still got Guamake down there. You still got Skylar Diggins. Like, that could be an instant impact free agent pickup, man, that really would boost that roster and provide some scoring, man, for them elite because, I mean, we don't know what Seattle is going to do. We do know, though, she went into a tragic situation, man. That was a tough situation to be in Connecticut. You leave Chicago, you get there to Connecticut. You're playing with AT, Dewana Bonner, Dejanay Carrington, like Bree Jones, like all these stars, and then they blow up the entire roster before you even get a full season. Like, I don't know why the Connecticut Sun just blew up their whole roster, but you cannot blame Mabry at all for wanting to get a trade out of there, man. She's trying to compete. She's not trying to waste several years of her career going through a major rebuild with the Connecticut Sun. So I'm looking at, I mean, the Sky would be a great fit for her. Familiar. They need her services. They need floor spacing. They desperately need three-point shooting. But are they going to compete for a championship? The Mystics, very interesting situation there. They were banged up last year. They get Atlanta Deladon back potentially next year. They have a really good front court. They have a really good first round pick where they could get Cheyenne Sellers. The mock drafts are showing they're gonna get a guard. And you pair that with Marina Mabrey, like the Washington Mystics, I think could be a legitimate trade contender. Also, they have assets. They have enough young assets and draft capital to where they could put together a really good package to help the Sun build for the future. So I think that is definitely a team to watch out for in this situation is the Mystics. Who else do y'all have though? I think Seattle, the Mystics need to be looking. Yo, Frederick! Let's talk about it, man. I'm telling you, Seattle needs to be taking a hard look. The Mystics need to be taking a hard look. The Aces might need to take a hard look here. If we're talking about championship contenders, the Dallas Wings may want to take a look. I know some people mentioned the Fever as well, adding her to a stacked roster. The Fever get Marina Mabrey. Go ahead and crown her. Go ahead and crown her right now. I mean, Tina Charles just joined up. Like, the Fever are absolutely stacking up. And people are saying, oh, the WBA is rigged for the Fever. They get Mabrey, shut them down, close up shop. Like, hey, it's a wrap, man. I want the best for Mabrey though, man. She's a competitor. She's hard nosed. She's tough. She has her teammates back. She's a legitimate scorer. She can play make. She can facilitate, like play either guard spot. There are a lot of teams that could use her services, but where will her interest lie? All we know for sure is the fact that she wants to play for a championship contending team. That's what we know right now. What does that look like? What are teams willing to give up for her? I think she was a star with the Chicago Sky. She came to Connecticut Sun, was the fourth option basically on that team, fit right in, provided immediate floor spacing. That's what I'm thinking. JP, like Seattle, Washington, like a team, a franchise that has young talent, but also draft capital that also is ready to compete now. The Fever would definitely, if it was them, I mean, Kelsey, not Kelsey Mitchell, but Erica Wheeler would definitely have to be dealt. Katie Lou Samuelson would definitely have to be dealt. Like, there is going to be a lot of draft cap or a lot of cap room that needs to be adjusted to afford Mabry, man. So that's the thing. The math has to math, and it has to be a situation where she can go in and win. I don't think necessarily starting is going to be like the main priority for her. If she has to come off the bench and provide a spark, I think she will be willing to do that. But yeah, I agree, Frederick. Right now, the Fever cannot afford her. Where is Kennedy going? She's not too good not to be playing. Yeah, and she's killing it in China. I don't know if people have been watching, but Kennedy Carter has been absolutely going bananas, bonkers, giving out straight work in China, man. So she definitely needs, man. Maybe they go team up. I think too, man. If it's just about a fit. Maybe the Valkyries make a play for her too. They're an expansion team looking for an identity, looking for firepower to add to that roster. They might not contend year one, but with Mabrey leading the way, they have a lot of a lot of solid international prospects. People are expecting them to possibly get Lauren Betts in the draft. Like this would definitely kickstart the Valkyries' road to being a competitive, respected franchise for sure. Fever can trade Katie Lou and Lexi for her. That's the thing. Do they want to part ways with Lexi? You really don't need Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hole. They're basically the same player. Sophia Cunningham just a better at pretty much every aspect of the game. They're pretty much the same player. Mabrey, if you trade Lexi Hole for Mabrey, then you definitely have an opportunity to add to that roster. You definitely have an opportunity to add a new star. Someone that brings more to the table offensively and isn't giving up a whole lot defensively. Valkyries definitely have the money though. Like, who are they going to be willing to spend? Are they going to be willing to sacrifice potential draft capital? That's the thing. But man, Katie Lou's contract is absolutely ridiculous, man. Like she finesse. She's all finesse team. I think it would be really hard to get the Connecticut Sun to take that trade. I think the Fever would have to come up off at least one of those draft picks. They got the 19th pick. They got the 20th pick. They definitely would have to move one of those draft picks to get her. I'm telling you right now. The Fever are already stacked in the backcourt. The only thing I honestly see the Fever doing is drafting a backup point guard. And I made a video. Y'all go check it out on my page talking about 5 players in the college game that are underrated, that are falling in draft stock, that the Fever could realistically get. Her to the Fever, though, Marina Mabrey, like, it would take a lot of finessing. It would take a lot of finessing. But if you can get her, you offload a couple of those top-heavy contracts and maybe a draft pick, absolutely. Because she's a better player than Lexi Hole. I mean, no disrespect to Lexi. Like, Lexi is that girl, and she's the truth. Hey, appreciate you, JP. Yes, hit that like button. This is your first time. Subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. Join our memberships. We got exclusive content daily, weekly, whenever you need it. But y'all holler at me in the comments, man. Y'all let me know the best landing spots. Should they trade Lexi? Welcome in, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. YouTube, I think the Fever will take their 19th and 20th pick and run with this squad. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I really genuinely think the Fever are only a backup point guard away. And they got 2 picks to get it right in the WNBA draft. But I'm looking more so at the Valkyries. I'm looking more so at Washington. I'm looking more so at Dallas. Definitely, if I'm Seattle, I'm making moves. If I'm the Seattle Storm, I'm absolutely making moves for Marina Mabrey because her and Skylar Diggins would be a very, very nice backcourt. They would complement each other really well, in my opinion. Um, yeah, and that's the thing. I don't think the Fever actually need her. It would be more so like adding the cherry on top. But all she wants to do is play ball and win, man. That's it. That's all she wants to do is play ball and win. And she went to a sinking ship with the Connecticut Sun. But this is a quality player, man. She's tough. She's hard nosed, averages over 14 points a game, over 4 rebounds, over 4 assists. Like, she's a complete guard, plays either guard spot, shoots it over 37% from three. Like, there's a lot of teams that definitely could use Mabry, man. Dunn and Sod need to be arrested for stealing money. Facts. Their paycheck for the crime they committed against the Fever, and for Coach Sides, it's her fault that Grace Berger got waived, and she got them in top heavy contracts, man, with Samuelson, with Wheeler, with Christy Wallace. Like, bro, it's ridiculous. So, hi, welcome in, welcome in. So, maybe just jumping from team to team when things are down. Yeah, she trying to win. She has no shame in her game. She came to Connecticut to win a championship. They blew up the roster, and she said, yo, I'm not trying to be a part of any rebuild y'all got going on at all. No rebuild. She's trying to win now. She is trying to win now. Taylor, welcome in, welcome in. Y'all, is the audio, am I sounding okay? Y'all let me know in the chat. Is the audio? Taylor say he can't hear the audio. I agree. KLS and Wallace contracts just remind us of how bad it could be. But there was a time where Christy Wallace was an everyday starter for the Fever. That was nuts. That was crazy times we were in. And that's what I'm saying. YouTube, you got Sedona Prince they could draft, Lucy Olson, Izzy Higginbottom out of Arkansas, averaging over 24 a game. Haley Van Lith is another name I think they should consider for that backup point guard spot. I'm just saying, I know she left a bad taste in everybody's mouth last season with LSU, but if you ain't been watching lately, Haley Van Lith is absolutely back. Going crazy, averaging a career high in assists, almost averaging 19 points a game. Like, she is absolutely all the way back. That's another player. JJ Quinterly out of West Virginia is a really good point guard that's not getting a lot of love. Like, there's going to be options. This point guard class is absolutely deep in the draft, so the Fever will have their pick. Mabry, definitely capable of playing either guard position, though, and that's the thing you like is her versatility. If you need her to be the primary ball handler, she was the lead playmaker for the Chicago Sky. You need her to take a back seat and be more of an off-ball scorer. She did that with the Connecticut Sun. So there's not a roster that I think she would struggle with. Like, she's ready to contribute. Lewis B, she needs to stay there and be a team player. I mean, what are the Sun gonna look like? Honestly, man. She says she is not about the rebuild at all. Let's don't forget Christy Wallace is a dog and is a lockdown defender on opponents. Yeah. Top good, my gosh. But yeah, man. I mean, honestly, bro, this is about to be Mabry's third team in less than a year. Like, she got half a season basically with the Sun. Like, this was a quick turnaround. To be honest, though, y'all, I think we all expected this, right? Like, for the most part, if you've been following what her intentions are, what her priorities are with her career right now, with the way the Sun just blew everything up with no hesitation, without warning, I kind of feel like the writing was on the wall for this trade, for her to be traded. They just got to make sure they get back equal value, man. Because I mean, if I'm telling you right now, though, if I'm Seattle, if I'm Dallas, if I'm the Valkyries, if I'm Washington, I'm making moves, bro. That's what I'm saying. Jay Wallace is a cone out there. I ain't want to be rude. I ain't want to be rude, but she a cone. Yes, and we can't forget, man. The Fever also signed Jalen Brown, so it's like I think it's very unlikely that they make a move for Mabry, man. They're pretty much set. Yep, they have Howard and Bonner as well, can play multiple positions. While this is a traffic cone, Fever still need that long 4 or 5 for backup that can run. Absolutely. And I mean, Dewana Bonner can be that 4 that if they want to go small, they definitely can use her at the 4. Yes. Definitely though, because you're not sure what you're getting from. I mean, they just waived Saxton. You're not sure what you're getting. Like, yeah. I would definitely say, if anything, backup point guard, backup big to grab rebounds, block shots, run the floor, be able to catch and finish, play with this fast-paced offense. I think Mabry to the Fever is very unlikely, but Seattle, Washington, Golden State, Dallas, I think those are a few teams that are more realistic. And if you're just looking from her priority in a competitive standpoint of her wanting to compete for championships, then definitely got to look out for Seattle. I know they turned into a dumpster fire. They had the investigation. Like, it's all types of stuff. Maybe she doesn't want to go into that chaos because that's what I mean, that was one reason people were saying that she left Chicago. I think it was more so for the facilities because they was trash. But, I mean, there's options. There's absolutely options. Guys, give me 1 second. I will be right back. I will be right back. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. Woo! My bad, y'all. I forgot I had DoorDash some grub, man. My bad, y'all. I had DoorDash some food. I had to go grab it real quick. But I'm back like I never left, baby. I didn't know. Let me see. What we talking about? Let's see. Top Gun, we Fever need a big. Let me go back up. Frederick. Let me go back up. Fever signed Sydney Colson as a backup point guard. Fever got her on the cheap, so okay, but they still need 6'5", 6'6" big. Got you. If they want to win now, I don't think a rookie big in the draft can defend against Jonquel Jones or Brittany Griner. She needs to stay there and be a team player. Let me know. Okay, Frederick, I seen you. Yeah, I mean, Frederick, you're making very valid points. You're making very valid points. Yeah, the Fever have definitely stacked up, man. But Marina Mabrey, I don't think it's a shock to anybody that she did demand this trade. She wants to win. She wants to win now. She's been in the league. She's been a part of a struggling franchise for a couple of years. Like, she knows what it's like to be a bottom feeder. So she is trying to absolutely compete. And I mean, respect to her. You know, you got to do what's best for you at the end of the day. But she's tenacious, good, like knockdown shooter, very, very, very like got that moxie about her, got that dog in her. She's gonna compete. She's gonna die for those 50-50 balls. She's gonna do everything she needs to do to win. She will give you 30 and get in your face and let you know she just gave you 30. Like, I love Marina Mabrey's game. I love the flair that she plays with as well. But I mean, you know, she's definitely got to do what's best for her. Is it a great look jumping ship to your third team in less than a season? Not ideally, but you know, it's like jobs today, man. People job hop. Like, people don't stay with the same company for 20 years anymore. Like, you just don't see a whole lot of that. Yeah. Hey, I will say, man, the Valkyries did their big one in the international pool. They absolutely did. Yup. Recent on paper, they looking diabolical. Five Olympic players on their team roster, all starters on their national team. Two from French, two Belgians, one or two from Spain. And hey, why not add in Marina Mabrey to that group as well, man? Hit the ground running. Like, we've seen expansion teams have immediate success. Look at the Las Vegas Golden Knights, made the Stanley Cup Finals in their first year. Like, if you build the roster right, a cohesive group that can compete together and embody one goal, I mean, who says you have to wait to win? I do think if we don't have that depth at the five, we will be running folks out the gym. That non-depth at the five would only come and play if it's game five, 5 seconds left, and we need that big bucket for a layup. You talk about teams that might need a closer, that might need floor spacing, that might need a playmaker, that are having struggles at the point guard position. Like, Mabry can play either guard spot. So salute to her for that. She can absolutely play either guard spot. I'm wondering though. I mean, there's several teams I think will be in the mix. You gotta look at what the asking price will be. I imagine they want some quality players back or a player back for her, because she was definitely going to be leading them in every statistical category this year, probably other than like blocks and rebounds. And they're going to want some draft capital. The Connecticut Sun are in full rebuild mode. They are going to be looking for a trade partner to, you know, replenish those draft picks. But yeah, I don't see the Fever making a move. And to be honest, they don't really need to. But I will say, if they did move Lexi Hole, I think Marina Mabrey would be an upgrade over her. And that's no disrespect to Mabrey. It's just like they are, or no disrespect to Hole. It's just like they already have a better version already with Sophia Cunningham. Sophie Cunningham. So it's like, you know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? That's the main thing. Hey, Todd, that's not a bad look either, man. The Aces definitely are looking. I mean, you know, you trade Kelsey Plum. The Aces looking to retool up. You have a win now roster still. You lose Colson, you lose Plum. You still have a win now roster though. You don't want to waste any of Asia Wilson's prime, Jackie Young. Like, they still have a roster that is ready to compete right now. You still got Chelsea Gray out there, and while she's getting back to her form, Marina Mabrey. Marina Mabrey could be that answer for the Aces to come out and take some pressure off of Chelsea Gray, be a playmaker, but also a knockdown shooter. You got to replace the scoring and the playmaking of Kelsey Plum. And I love what they did. Like, I love what the Aces have already done. But they could still add more firepower to that backcourt. They could definitely still add some back. Now, I love that they did go ahead and bring in Jewel Lloyd, who will be a big contribution for this team. More of a scorer, not the playmaker that Kelsey Plum was. So, I mean, they replaced the scoring. Jewel Lloyd, the dog, she's one of the best scorers in the league. But you look at it, if you need more playmaking, if you need a guard to come off the bench, maybe it's a sixth woman like Colson was. I mean, the Aces have had Derek Hamby, Sydney Colson, like they've had multiple players win. Tiffany Hayes as well. They've had multiple players win Sixth Player of the Year. Yeah, Atlanta's still rebuilding. Like there's a few rosters. Now I know it was a down season for the Mystics, but if they are at full strength, they draft a guard like Cheyenne Sellers, they bring in Mabrey, they get Atlanta Deladon back potentially. Like the Mystics would be a playoff team overnight at full strength. But no, still no word on Kennedy Carter, man. I mean, she's absolutely been killing, smoking everything in China. She's been dominating over in China. And she definitely needs to be on the roster. She was definitely one of the most explosive guards last year, one of the best scorers, quickest, great mid-range game, like over 18 again. Like bro, Kennedy Carter is the real deal. She definitely needs to be on somebody's roster. It will be a sham. If I'm Golden State, if I'm the Valkyries, I'm making a play for Marina Mabrey and I'm making a play for Kennedy Carter. Bring them both on. Bring the teammates back together. I can't believe the Sky let both of them go, man. They in shambles right now. They are in absolute shambles right now. Yes, guys, give me your final takeaways on this live, man. I've got some more content to put up, more college content, a little bit of NBA content that I'll be switching to, but I had to do an instant live for y'all, man, because this was big news and we had to get it out there. We definitely had to talk about it. Like my boy Fred just said, well, hey, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. We had to talk about it. But this could be a big domino. This could absolutely be a big domino to fall. And if this is your first time, guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment, all that good stuff. Join our memberships. Top Gun's a member. We got exclusive content daily, weekly, whenever you need it. And also follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV. Fever didn't need a complete overhaul of the team, just a few key additions and subtractions. Agreed, agreed, agreed. Which they accomplished once they made the deal for Cunningham. Should have stopped right there, and if anything, just added another minor piece like a backup big. The way that they keep Berger and the team's core players and their role/minutes remain essentially intact. Lineup of Caitlin, Kay Mitchell, Lexi Hull. Yeah, I mean, I feel that. But I think they added some great complementary pieces. I think they added some great complementary pieces. AJP, you know I'm always bringing the real. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, Fever, it's got to be championship or bust. It's got to be championship or bust for the Fever right now. Absolutely has to be championship or bust. I wonder if Ken Carter doesn't get signed, did she get blackballed? I mean, we've seen it. It happened to Carmelo Anthony in the league. We still don't know what really happened in the locker room after the Aces game last season. Facts. Top Gun, you're not lying. You're not lying. That's facts. We genuinely don't know. A lot of rumors, a lot of talk going on, but we genuinely don't know what happened to this day. To this day. Yeah, Fever is definitely win or bust now. They've given this roster all the tools they need to be very exceptional. You still have Tina Charles that just joined this roster too, who I think will be a big addition in the post for them. Like, yeah, the Fever did a lot of good things. The Fever did a lot of good things, I have to say, for sure. I feel like some teams know they're competing for a title, and others just have the best wishes. They have the highest hopes of competing for a title. Frederick, my God, thank you so much for the contribution. Much love. None of this is possible without you, great people. Thank you for the support, man. Yeah, we was talking about that. The Aces, the Seattle Storm, the Washington Mystics. Yes, yes, yes. Man, y'all got the chat booming right now. I appreciate y'all. Much love, much love. Marina Mabrey should go to the Aces. Yeah, I mean, look, if you're trying to win now, if you're trying to compete for titles and join a championship franchise, the Aces is definitely the move for her. Seattle would be more of an uphill battle, but still, they have enough on this roster if they pick up Marina Mabrey, do a good job in the draft. They still have enough to compete, in my opinion. It's no excuse now for the Fever, is what I'm saying. They got a squad. They got a squad behind them. Chris, my God, welcome in. The real members in the building out here. Top Gun, Chris, man, I appreciate y'all. Yeah, you absolutely right though. Hey, she should have stayed her tail in Chicago. She should have stayed her tail in Chicago. Bro, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, I really like JJ Quinterly. She's been a player that has definitely improved every year. And she's a lockdown defender. She can get to the cup. Like, y'all go check out my video. I made a video on 5 players, 5 guards that the Fever should absolutely target to be another point guard on this roster. Now, I will say it was dropped before they got Sidney Colson, so we'll see. The Aces do not have the cap space. They would just have to move some stuff around, make it work. Thank you, Chris. Hey, everybody, if this is your first time, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. Join our memberships. We got exclusive content daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Yes, yes, yes. Talk to him, talk to him. I do think they will have this year's MVP on the team, and now that she has tons of talent with her, I guarantee turnovers are cut in half, and she breaks assist record. I could see it, bro. Like, Caitlin Clark could easily be averaging up to 12 assists per game, 12, 13 assists per game this season. Bro, I ain't seen Bible Boy in a hot minute. Yo, I have not seen Bible Boy in a while. In a while, bro. I forgot about my guy Bible Boy always coming to stir up the pot, man. I forgot about my guy. Yeah, I think the writing was on the wall, man. Like, the Sun blew up their entire roster. She came there, Mabry, to compete for a championship. Hey, Taylor, calm down now. Calm down on the CP3 slander. As a proud native son of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Hey, we don't tolerate the CP3 slander, man. Much love, much love. Come on now, chill on my guy. I done had him on the podcast before. Chill on my guy though, man. Come on now, Taylor. Come on now. Yeah, the Fever are absolutely locked and loaded though. don't think they need to make a move for Marina Mabrey. But there are several teams that absolutely should. And if I'm the Valkyries, man, I'm trying to pair up Mabrey and Kennedy Carter. Just go grab both of them. And you still got a top draft pick where people are saying they're probably going to land Lauren Betts, one of the best players in the country, one of the best bigs in the country, one of the most dominant players on both sides of the basketball in the country, for sure. Oh man, I got the best chat on YouTube, man. Y'all have seen me continue to build this thing brick by brick, and I appreciate y'all. Much love to y'all, man. Seriously. Bro, the Sun just blew their team up with no warning. Just completely just blew up everything. I've never seen a team trade their entire starting lineup. Oh, word? Okay, Frederick? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, thank you for your service. My dad was in the military as well. Grandpa was in the military as well, man. Thank you so much for your service, man. We appreciate that. And yeah, Winston-Salem, man, that's my home. I'm in New York now, but that's my home, born and raised. Gotta love it. Hope you got some Bojangles while you was down there. And some barbecues. We known for that. James, welcome in, welcome in. How you doing, my guy? How's everybody doing on this hump day, man? I hope everybody had a great, productive day. We get off, we have dinner, we do our thing. Y'all taking time to join me on this live to talk about some breaking WNBA news, man. Hey, they folded like a lawn chair. The Sun folded like a wet piece of paper, man. Folded. Yeah, I mean, the Fever are going to have a lot of opportunities to do a lot of different looks. They're going to have a lot of different mismatches that they can create. They're going to be able to play situational basketball depending on who they're matched up against. So that'll be really cool to see, man. I love that they added these vets, Bonner. They added Tina Charles. Like they did a really good job of adding vets, Colson, players that have won championships that are bringing that championship mentality for sure. Love what they did. Don't think they need Mabry, but I'm looking at it, man. Like the several teams that we've discussed make a lot of sense for Mabry. Aces would have to move some things around. If I'm the Seattle Storm, I'm looking heavy at her. The Valkyries, the Washington Mystics, I think would be a great fit, and they have enough young talent and draft capital to make it worth the Connecticut Suns' while. So it'll be interesting to see what she ends up doing, man. For sure, for sure, for sure. Yes, a lot of landing spots, a lot of landing spots. Guys, I'm going to go off and produce more content, more videos for tonight. There's a list of videos that I'm trying to get done, but I'll hop on this emergency live for you guys because I know y'all were going to talk about it. Um, okay, grew up in Queens. Reggie, what I'm noticing too, man, it's a lot of New Yorkers moving down to North Carolina, man. I went to visit a couple months ago, and I tell you, it was a whole lot of New York license plates down there for sure. But guys, I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. None of this is possible without you great people. Thank y'all for the continued support. If this is your first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share, keeping y'all locked in with everything is everything with sports, entertainment, and all that good stuff, man. I know that y'all have probably seen me doing a little bit of dating coaching going on too. Hey, what can I say? Man of many talents. But I appreciate y'all. Got some more content to knock out for tonight. But I had to come on live and at least give y'all a little taste of what's going on, man. So I appreciate y'all. Hey, bro, that's what's up, Reggie. My ex live in Atlanta, man. That's dope. That's dope. Atlanta's best wings, some of the best wings I ever had, for sure, for sure, for sure. But thank y'all again for tuning in, man. That is a wrap for us. I will continue to do more live streams throughout the week. If there's specific topics y'all want to hear me talk about, regardless of what it is, holler at me in the comments, comment on the videos, post on the community page. You know we got that rocking for us now too. I had to give y'all a quick 45, but thank y'all so much for tuning in, man. Much love to all of y'all. Till next time, this has been the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. And that is a wrap for us. Much love, everybody. Go check out the channel. I got more content uploading tonight. And till next time, again, we out.